What's up, guys, from beautiful sunny Cancun? Today the adventure begins from right here at the Tren Maya station in Cancun. I'm taking the longest possible Tren Maya trip all the way to Palenque, Chiapas. Guys, I'm gonna share everything, every detail along the way. Are the empanadas good in the food cart? How are the bathrooms? Are the seats comfy? How much does it cost? Is it really only 11 hours or is it longer? We're gonna time the trip and demystify the Tren Maya once and for all. Vamos para Chiapas. Let's do this. So my friends, it's no mystery that there's a ton of questions that are really unanswered about the Tren Maya. And one really weird thing is that the premier class actually costs the same as general boarding. So I got my ticket for premier class for 1,169 pesos. I actually bought it in the Playa del Carmen Tren Maya station and then took an in-drive up here because there is not yet a connecting train from Playa del Carmen to Cancun that arrives on time. And this thing leaves every single day at 9:30 a.m. from Cancun, but you can't take the Tren Maya up here. So that's thing number one demystified. So let's hop on, let's get through security. Now with that ticket, you can bring one 10-kilo luggage and a personal item. I've opted to take a backpack and a 10-kilo rolling luggage. Hola, ¿qué tal? So guys, first impressions of this train station, it's super clean, very secure. There's National Guard everywhere and they're actually really friendly. They're taking photos for people. They're helping out with information on where to go. I'm checking here at the ticket booth. What I want to see is, are there still tickets available day of, or should you purchase your ticket in advance like I did? Let's find out. Pues ya tengo mi boleto, pero solo quería averiguar para mis suscriptores si todavía hay boletos para Palenque el día de hoy, saliendo. Sí, o sea, se puede comprar el boleto típicamente el mismo día.
Lo puede comprar el mismo día, ahorita es temporada baja, no hay problema. No hay...
Ok, pero en temporada alta deben comprarlo anteriormente. Excelente, gracias, joven. Que le vaya bien. All right, guys, there you go. So he was saying because it's low season, there's plenty of tickets available day of, but during high season, late November to about mid-March, you're gonna wanna buy your ticket ahead of time. Now you know. So one more very important piece of information, you can take the ADO bus all the way to Palenque, but it's 14 hours. They say that the train is actually only between 10 and 11 hours total. So we actually should, in theory, save 4 hours, but we're actually gonna put on the stopwatch the moment we leave the station and see just exactly how long this train ride really is. Guys, one important piece of information too is that you don't really save money by taking the ADO bus unless you take the ADO to Merida, and then from Merida to Palenque. It still costs around 1,200 pesos, 1,100 pesos. The cheapest you can do that route is usually around 950 pesos. So you're really maybe gonna save 200 pesos maximum by doing the ADO bus, but it's gonna take you about 4 to 5 hours longer. It can take up to 15 and a half hours on the bus. No thank you, I want to go in comfort. We can see the beautiful train right here. It has a meal cart in the back, so once I get on board, you know I'm hungry, you know I love to eat. I'm gonna check out the food situation, maybe grab a cappuccino. Okay guys, so this is the security protocol. You actually have to leave your bags on the yellow line, and then they come by, the National Guard come by with their dog and everything and check each and every bag. At least I think the dog checks and smells each bag. I don't know if they actually are going to open, but this is all part of the mystery. Is I don't know about security protocol here. I think we're going to go through a scanner, like an x-ray scanner, like you would see at the airport as well. So, and then you have to stand 3 steps back from your luggage. Protocol. Gracias. Alright guys, so the dog has done his job. Don't bring any contraband on the train. You've been warned. So guys, I just got the word actually with your normal ticket, you can bring a 23 kilo and a maleta de cabina, the 10 kilo one, and a personal item. So, ya sabemos. Now we... So guys, I just got done going through security and I gotta say, the people here are super friendly, helpful. The National Guardsmen, incredibly kind and helpful. It's just like going through the airport security, but a little less abrasive than TSA. I'll leave it at that. All right, let's find some food, see what we have as far as options here inside the station. Before we get on the train, I need breakfast number 1, then I'll get breakfast number 2 on the train. These adventures make me super hungry. You know how I do. So guys, maybe I misunderstood, but this is actually the only food available inside the station. I think I misunderstood the kid. I thought we could still get empanadas, but sí, creo que voy a pedir un sándwich de jamón y queso. So they have ham and cheese sandwiches, they have ice cream. It's a little early for ice cream, I think. Let's see how the sandwich is, guys. ¿Cuánto cuesta el sándwich? 80 pesos? Okay. ¿Te da pena? Okay, guys, I'm waiting for my sandwich. Aquí estamos con... Fernanda y... Laura. Fernanda y Laura. Buena onda. Y es la única opción aquí adentro, entonces hay que elegir bien un sándwich.
Comida, si buscan refrescarse, tenemos helados, nieves. Y de comida tenemos sándwich, tortas sincronizadas. Compren aquí porque en el tren es más caro.
Esa. ¿Qué helado combina bien con el sándwich?
Ah, no, pues el...
O no se combina. Qué rico. Mazapán. Okay.
El de zarzamora con yogur, está delicioso.
Y el truco pro, the pro tip, comprar uno de esos y meterlo al helado. ¿Sí? Ya sabe. So really good vibe there from Fernanda and Laura. The sandwich for 80 pesos, we'll see how it is. You know, it looks like it's probably made with love. And they actually gifted me this apple, which was really nice of them. But I would recommend, if you're seriously hungry, maybe try the empanadas before you go through security, because they look like they're a little bit more substantial as far as protein. But hey, how can I complain with good vibes like that? The place is called Xochilito, so definitely go pay them a visit and say hi from the Rope Monster. Alright guys, so I'm in Coche 1P, and yes, there are assigned seats. So I'm at either the very front or the very back of the train, which means I'm either very close to the food cart or very, very far away from the food cart. We shall see. Let's get on this train, guys. Woo! Ah, mira. Ahí está la comida. Coche 3. Where is my entrance? Coche 2. Y coche 1. Hola, ¿qué tal? Let's do this. Okay, and this is a mystery to me, guys, because I got the premier class. 33P is what they're saying. Yet this is 33. It looks like it's just kind of a chair. I thought I was gonna get a table, so I could edit and stuff. I at least do have this kind of tray table, but I thought I would have a full-size table, so I may ask about that. I mean, either way, I'm not complaining. I got a nice window seat here, but it's not quite what I expected. That's why I make these videos, for your viewing pleasure. Guys, if you enjoy the content, just smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. Train should be leaving the station here in just a moment. Okay, pro tip, guys, I'm realizing nobody has left their 10 kilo bag here, even though it says that's the space for it. Everyone has kept their luggage with them in sight. There's actually these little spaces up top, just like in a bus, so that's where I'm going to keep mine as well, right above me, instead of right there where somebody could grab it when they get off at any station. Just avoid the risk always. It does happen on the ADO, it happens on the Tren Maya as well. Sometimes you fall asleep and then you wake up and your bag's not there, someone just grabs it and gets off, so now you know. Alright guys, the magic moment where the train actually starts moving and the stopwatch has begun. Let's see if this is actually 11 hours or if it's longer. Only one way to find out. Here we go. I'll be giving you guys views along the way. I'm going to share with you the cost of beers and food, beverages. We'll see how the view is after Merida. I've heard from Cancun to Merida there's not a whole lot to see, but I've heard that Campeche and as you get into Chiapas, there's a lot of jungle and pretty scenery, so I'll take you all along with me as we leave the station and get into la naturaleza. Also guys, I'm going to see if I can get my GPS to give us the maximum velocity that we reach during this train ride. I want to see how fast this thing actually goes. I've heard also that there's risk of derailment, que puede descarrilar. I hope that's the right word. It can derail, is what a bunch of engineers were saying. I'm not really sure if that's true. I'm not an engineer, so we will find out. If this video doesn't ever get uploaded, then maybe you know the answer to that. But just leaving the Cancun station at any rate, and we can see just dense jungle there. Really pretty already. Some of the locals here are comparing this already to the ADO. They're saying, hey, on the ADO, these things adjust. The seats kind of adjust, but they don't actually recline. There's a little lever right here. And that little lever will make your seat move forward and back a little bit, make it a little more comfy, but do not expect to fully recline or even recline as much as on the ADO. Guys, now we're hauling right now. We're moving pretty fast here. This is fun. And another very important tip, do not lose your ticket. They do come around and check your tickets. I'm actually not sitting in my assigned seat. I moved one seat back to have a better view for myself and for your viewing pleasure here. And he didn't say anything. Super buena onda. This whole experience for my in-driver up here. I took in-drive from Playa del Carmen to Cancun Tren Maya station for 500 pesos just to save myself a little time and hassle. You can take the ADO bus for a lot cheaper to get up to the Cancun station. But everyone's been super kind so far. It's been a great experience and good times. Guys, I want to take a quick moment to thank everybody for the birthday wishes. I did a live stream recently saying that I was going to turn 38 years old here on the Tren Maya, and here I am, 38 years old on the Tren Maya. So thank you all for the birthday love, the super thanks, and just the kindness in abundance that you guys always bring. Pure good vibes here on the channel. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Adventure time. It's really all I wanted for my birthday was an adventure, and here we go. Guys, right off the bat, we see the gentleman there mopping the floor. They keep this train spick and span, clean as can be. And so that's one big difference between the ADO bus and the train, is just the overall cleanliness. The bathroom as well. I'll even show the bathroom in this video, but the bathrooms are quite a bit bigger, cleaner, and they don't smell. If you are unfortunate enough to sit near the bathroom in the ADO bus, it pretty much smells very, very badly. So guys, this first stretch is really beautiful actually, because, and I'll put up on Google Maps what I mean, but you cut right through the middle of the jungle from the airport to start this trip off. You're actually not paralleling the highway or any roads at all. It's just thick jungle, absolutely calming, beautiful. Zero cell phone signal though. I will ask about the Wi-Fi here momentarily and see what that situation is. Guys, so this fine gentleman here just explained to me that they tried to install Starlink on a lot of these power poles, but it just kept failing and failing. So they're like, well, we better just remove it and try something different. So as of right now, zero Wi-Fi on the train, which means that I can't actually edit videos on the train. I can't do any work. I can't trade options or buy or sell stocks. So that is a bummer, because this is 11 hours at least. And I was hoping to be able to respond to a bunch of comments, as I typically do here while I'm traveling on the bus. When I'm on the ADO, I spend a lot of my time responding to your comments. Looks like I can't do that right now. Maybe on the ADO bus ride from Palenque to San Cristobal de las Casas. It is what it is, guys. Alright guys, so far very smooth trip. We're at the first station, Leona Vicario. First stop of the trip. Everything's smooth so far. Kind of a little bit of shaking when we got up to full speed. Just nothing too concerning, but I figured I would let you know. It was a little bit of side to side, but nothing that seemed abnormal. So far so good. Alright guys, let's see how far away from this food car we are. Hit the bathroom along the way. See how decent these bathrooms are. Here. Okay. So, bathroom test. Bathroom test here in the Tren Maya. Very clean. Not much bigger than the ADO bathroom, but much more stable. You're not shaking around, bouncing around, and that's part of the reason why this bathroom smells and is very clean. There's no bouncing around while you're trying to go number one. And so nothing fancy, nothing really to see here, except that it's more like on par with an airplane bathroom than an ADO bathroom, and to me, that's a win. Okay. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Hola, buenos días. ¿Puedo pasar?
Sí, gracias. Permiso. La comida está ahí, ¿verdad?
Sí, la cafetería está ahí.
Okay.
Pasando la otra.
Okay, gracias. Yeah. All right, we did just a few train cars to go when we found the food cart. Hola. Provecho. ¿Está bien si grabo? ¿Te molesta?
Al personal nada más.
Okay. All right. Try not to get anyone on camera who doesn't want to be on camera. But yeah, here's the food cart. We've got some options. I'll show you guys the prices here momentarily. Let's see what we got. We're going to find out about the beer prices. The sandwiches, we got a burrito for $85. Hot dog, $65. Here we go, tamales, $65. So I may have to go with the torta de cochinita, $150. You get some little snacks, Snickers, $45. M&M's, $45. And these little guys right here, masapan, 15 pesos. But what about the beverages? cafe 50 pesos, espresso 50, cappuccino 75. So not terrible. Some juices 40. We got some pastries here, muffins. Okay, so the beers are up to 80 pesos. I think when the train initially started, the beers were only 50 or 60 pesos. So up to 80. Definitely trying to recoup some of the costs on the construction for the Tren Maya. I think I might go with a couple of tamales or something like that. Or maybe a tamal and a sandwich. It's nothing special, guys. Mostly microwaved. Mostly microwave food, but hey, protein in the belly. Guys, bring your own food, bring snacks, eat beforehand. This little sandwich right here, I mean, I'm grateful to have it, but 150 pesos for the cochinita. At least it looks like it has a good amount of meat. Smells pretty good, but basically a microwave sandwich and a bottle of water put me right at 195 pesos, a little over 10 US dollars. Now, I will be eating very well in Palenque and San Cristobal de las Casas, so I'm certainly not crying about it, but I'm a hungry boy. I could probably eat 3 or 4 of these. That would get expensive. Now, the million peso question, is this salsa spicy? ¿Sí pica? ¿O no pica? Vamos a averiguar. A ver. First bite magic with the salsa there. Let's find out. Oh, that is surprisingly good. Oh, sí pica, pero no tanto. Oh, sí. Oh, that is spicy. Guys, one other thing to be aware of, there's no C input, so you either need to bring a regular charging block that has a Type-C input, or use a USB to C cable if you're trying to charge up your phone or anything like that. Those are the plug-in options on the train. So guys, there's this gentleman behind me just hooked it up again with the knowledge. I thought there was just one lever below the seats, but look at that. Okay, they don't recline, but they adjust. And that second lever on the right side makes the seat a lot more comfortable. I'm lucky and grateful to have found that out only an hour and a half into the trip. Ah, that's better. Alright guys, an hour and 32 minutes into the journey, and we have made it to the Valladolid station. I love Valladolid, but we are certainly not getting off here. We have a long ways to go. Oh boy, Jesse reaching out to Ropey on the birthday love. Chichen Itza stop right here. Haha, thanks my dude. Alright guys, 2 hours and 10 minutes into the journey, and we're actually still sitting here at the Chichen Itza station. Doesn't seem like anyone's getting on or off, yet we're still sitting here. So probably time for a train nap, and then maybe when I wake up, some train mates as well. 3.5 hours into the journey, and we are at the station in Merida. So it seems like we're on schedule so far. Guys, a couple of very important pro tips. Bring a hoodie. Yes, Cancun is hot, Merida is hot, the Tren Maya is ice cold. You can see everyone else in here has hoodies on. It is downright chilly. Also guys, make sure that since there's no Wi-Fi on the train and very little cell phone connection, download whatever you want to listen to or watch on YouTube while you have Wi-Fi before you head out. I've got some nice frequencies and rain and thunder sounds in here that I'm actually napping to, and it's pretty sweet. Otherwise there's a lot of chatter and noise and stuff, and it would be very difficult to sleep without some white noise. Okay guys, off into the great unknown. Now that we've passed Merida, the scenery apparently is supposed to get really, really nice. I haven't spoken with anyone who has done this portion of the Tren Maya, but apparently we're supposed to get into some nice jungle and scenery, and it is chilly. So guys, another pro tip, bring some type of hot beverage. I've got a whole thermos of hot water right here, and I'm going to prepare some mates right here, the famous herbal Argentinian drink, to warm me up and wake me up. I could just keep napping, but I want to be alert and film this experience for you all, guys. Guys, one more little pro tip with the mates is if you have like a green tea packet, I like to use jasmine green tea, you can open the packet up and actually add that into the mate right there, just like so, for an extra little jasmine-y kick. And guys, why am I going to Chiapas, you may ask? Well, when I have so many unanswered questions about a place, I'm fortunate enough to just say, you know what, I'm gonna go there. And that's a great passion of mine. I wanna look into the cost of living. I wanna see, is it still real Mexico? Is it still affordable? But also I wanna do some of the adventures, the cascades, the cascadas de agua azul, but some of the lesser known ones. I want to explore the Sumidero Canyon, go rafting. So all those adventures are coming up, guys. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the shenanigans, and also the important information regarding early retirement. I'm going to be spending some time in San Cristobal de las Casas, and I'm really excited about the cuisine, the food, the restaurants, the charming streets. How do things look? How are the people? Are they kind? Are they welcoming? Are they warm? There's so many questions I have, and that's really what I've dedicated my life to with this YouTube channel, is always looking for the best place to retire early, the best place to geo-arbitrage, or spend 3 months as kind of a slow mad doing slow travel. And so I'm going to be bringing a lot more of that style content here in the coming weeks and even months. So guys, thanks for coming along with me on the journey. Salud, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel and welcome to the adventure. Vámonos. Okay.
No.
Alright guys, Noe has come with the tamal. Gracias, Noe. Okay, we got the tamal de cochinita. So now we're really living large. We've finally got a tamal. We got the mate with jasmine green tea in there. Provecho. Gracias. So now we're living large, guys. 0 complaints here, and a very happy 38th birthday, and a very memorable one for sure. Alright, let's try this tamal. Okay guys, I always got to keep it real here on the channel. As you know, this tamal is nothing to write home about. I'll show you how this thing looks. It's a little dry, the masa is a little bit dry. But you know what? It's a heck of a lot better than any tamal you're gonna get on the ADO. I'm not sure I'll call this first bite magic, but I'll just call it the first bite experience, and then we'll see. Yeah, it's edible. The masa is definitely really dry. That's why you bring the mate, help wash it down. Alright, we're at another station. I'm actually really surprised how many stations there are along the way. It seems like every 10 minutes we're stopping at a station. Let's see if we arrive on time. So the scenery, guys, has definitely gotten more interesting and a little more lush, a little more wild, more open vistas instead of just thick jungle right up to the tracks. Really beautiful, just greens and blues all day. Nice crystal clear blue sky. Butterflies everywhere. I'm not sure those are coming through in the shot, but a lot of darker colored butterflies earlier. Now we're seeing some yellow ones. Word of caution, as I suggested, maybe bringing a hot beverage. When the train comes to a stop, everything on this train tray table wants to slide forward. So use extreme caution if you're going to drink hot beverages on a moving train. That should go without saying, but I just had to get that out there just to keep you all safe. Alright guys, and just like that we are in Campeche. So I'll put up on Google Maps right there, exactly where we are. The blue dot is where we are, the red pin is where we are going. Of course, the Tren Maya station in Palenque. Still a long ways to go. We're at 5 hours and 15 minutes into the journey. Almost what should be the halfway point at 5.5 hours. That remains to be seen if that's actually the halfway point. But it looks like potentially we're on schedule and potentially saving 4 hours over the ADO. And I gotta say, guys, so far my back feels great. Way more leg room here, way more knee room than you would have on an airplane or in the ADO bus. And generally, if you're seated next to someone in the ADO bus, you can have even less space than you bargained for, depending on who your seat buddy is. And one thing about the Tren Maya is you can choose this side of the train, and these are individual seats. So you will not have anyone next to you. You just kind of spread out, have your leg room. These ones are doubles. And so if you're traveling as a couple, take the couple seats, the doubles. And if you're traveling solo like I am today, just take the single seats. I love that option. I get my space to sprawl out and enjoy my mates. So guys, it's true, the countryside is getting just more and more stunning. We're into this kind of more open land now than we were. We were in kind of thick jungle earlier. And so it's been a lot of fun, an absolute pleasure to kind of watch the trees and the landscape change as we rumble down the line a little farther. This has really been a beautiful, beautiful trip. Highly recommend at least doing it this way once. I was told, hey, your butt will be destroyed from sitting that long. Just take the plane to Tuxtla Gutierrez. It's only 2 hours. But where's the fun in that, you know? I'll do that next time. But this is special, guys, seeing new states, seeing houses and ranches and people's lives off in the distance, imagining what they may be doing, what they may be eating. Gives me time to pontificate the last 37 years of my life and kind of think about the next 37 years or 38 years. Some of these trees in Campeche are absolutely gorgeous. Guys, the fact that you can get up and just walk around, basically go for a long walk the length of the train, just car to car. I'm stretching my legs, getting a good little walk ski, is really nice. Total game changer. And I love pressing these buttons. Bloop. Alright guys, leaving the Estación SF Campeche right now. And I have not yet booked any lodging in Palenque. I'm not so sure exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just winging it at this point. I mean, when you solo travel, you can just kind of wing it. I'm not too worried about it. I may even try to see if I can hop an ADO bus immediately from Palenque to San Cristobal de las Casas and kind of start in San Cristobal. Palenque is very hot, guys. It's actually hotter than Playa del Carmen, and my goal was to kind of be cold for a while, wear a hoodie, jump in some rivers, cool off. Palenque is very hot, so we'll see how it goes. I'm looking at places, looking at options. We're 6 hours and 37 minutes into. Guys, this has been really cool. Campeche, we're back into some just gorgeous, lush farmland. Seeing some cows and some goats for the first time in a long time. And the soil here looks incredibly rich and beautiful, just teeming with life. Really nice change of scenery for sure already, and this adventure is just getting started. Never thought I'd be so happy to see a cow or a goat. Alright guys, right at the 7-hour mark, I'll put up on Google Maps right there where we are. We're in Campeche at the Edsna Etzna. I think I'm saying that right. At that station right there, here in this beautiful farm country. And 7 hours in, so in theory we should be there in 4 hours. Time's actually flying by. It goes a lot quicker than when you're cramped into a little airplane with no leg room. So you can see that little SOS sign there. Usually you get some internet signal at each station, so if you need to send a WhatsApp or look something up, whatever it may be, you usually have like 3, 5, maybe 7 minutes when you're near or at the stations. But this one here in Etzna does not have any signal at all. So don't always count on having signal at the stations. Alright, coming up on 10 hours into the journey. We're here in Candelaria, Campeche. Getting a glimpse at parts of Mexico that many people would never visit as tourists. That's what's so interesting about the Tren Maya, guys. We get to see things we wouldn't otherwise see. Little glimpses into these smaller towns in the middle of Campeche, and up next, of course, Chiapas.
Llegando a la estación Candelaria.
Tuk tuk. Mototaxi.
Candelaria.
And you guys can probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit tired. Been on the train for 9 hours and 41 minutes. And actually only slept 4 hours last night because I was up late packing. Friends wanted to take me out for a birthday dinner. I also did a podcast yesterday. And also went to Puerto Morelos and filmed some real estate stuff with Raul. So I've been a busy guy. I will do some resting when I get to Chiapas, no doubt about it. I need it. Candelaria. Estación Candelaria. Here we are. And hey, we got a Waldo's and a Farmacia Guadalajara.
Esta estación es Candelaria.
Looks like we're getting a little sunset action right there. Beautiful. Campeche sunset. Guys, this is wild. We have just crossed the 10-hour mark here on the Tren Maya. 10 hours, and we are just about to cross into Tabasco from Campeche. We've been in Tabasco or in Campeche for about the last 3.5-4 hours. So we'll be in Tabasco here in T-minus 2 minutes, I believe. And it is getting dark. I still have not booked a place in Palenque, but I've got my eye on a few different hotels, all of which look to be nice enough, under $50 a night, but we shall see. 10 hours and 55 minutes into it, guys, and we actually just had some weird side-to-side action here just south of the Tenosique station. The train was doing one of these, so I was like, okay, and it's completely pitch black out at this point. Can't see anything. The train is freezing cold. At this point, I cannot wait to get off the train and just get warm and get fed. I wonder, in a way, I sometimes wonder if they turn the temperature, the AC, so high to where you have to order hot drinks and food just to like survive. I kind of wonder. So guys, 11 hours and 4 minutes, and we're not only not in Palenque yet, we're not even in Chiapas yet. We're actually still in Tabasco, as you can see right there. So let's see just how late this train gets in. I still need to eat and find lodging for the night. There's zero chance really of getting on the ADO. I talked with some of the staff here and asked them, hey, is it possible to just hop on an ADO all the way to San Cristobal de las Casas? And they said, the ADO doesn't run late here like it does in Quintana Roo, Cancun, Playa, Tulum, etc. I'll have to do some further investigating on that, but at any rate, it's kind of crunch time to find lodging and food because they're basically saying in Palenque people don't go out at night. They close up stuff early. So I'm like, okay, let's get there so I can get food first, lodging second, and yes, I prioritize them in that order. And look at that, we are officially in Chiapas, literally just crossed the border, 11 hours and 15 minutes into the trip. And let me see here, I'll put up on Google Maps just a quick screenshot of how much we have to go, and then the clock will be right there in the top. You can probably see that pretty decently right there, but you can see my hands are like white. It's freezing cold in here. Okay guys, some kind of weird stuff happening. We're near Miguel Hidalgo, kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the train just slowed down for what seemed like no reason. And there was kind of some rumbling and grumbling. That was a little strange, a little bumpy. We're picking up speed again now, but we're now 11 hours and 22 minutes into the trip, and equidistance between the Chiapas border and Palenque. Alright, we just got the announcement. Arriving in the Palenque station, 11 hours, 38 minutes, and 16 seconds. I'll stop the stopwatch when the train actually stops, but definitely not an 11-hour trip, getting right up there toward 12. And of course, factor in, guys, that you do, if you want to make this trip and you're like me and you live in Playa del Carmen, you also have a 45-minute ride from Playa to Cancun before you can even get on the train. So very full day. And we are stopped, and there it is, guys, 11:38:44. Okay. Whew. Time to hunt down some food. Would I do it again? Probably not. Was it a cool experience? Absolutely. Lots to like, lots of positives, very clean, positive, friendly staff. The food, more or less, decent at best, and the prices have gone up substantially. This mineral water was 50 pesos, or about $3 US. And when the train initially began running, I think a beer was 50 pesos, and now it's 80. And the pulled pork sandwich, 150 pesos. So guys, bring snacks. You can bring your own water on board. I gotta get off this train and go find some food. Hope you found some value in that train ride. It's definitely a fun experience and a way to spend my 38th birthday. But man, I might have gotten an extra little gray hair. 12 hours almost on a train. That's a long time. Woo! Boots on the ground in Palenque. We did it. Let's first look at the Palenque Tren Maya station. This is a beautiful, beautiful station. Absolutely worth visiting and seeing. I need to find the shuttle bus now into the center and get some food and find some lodging. All right guys, bonus material time. How much is the shuttle to get into the center? Where will I eat and where will I stay and for how much? Let's go. So these guys will try to, of course, get you into the combi, the Toyota van. This guy was trying to get me to go with them for 50 pesos. Always get on the ADO bus, guys. Let's see exactly how much this one costs. Hola, hola. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cuánto cuesta el ADO?
Este,
Sí.
36.
36, ¿verdad? 36 pesos.
45.
¿Cuánto?
45.
45.
Sí, 36
Okay.
para Tren Maya.
Alright guys, not a huge price difference. ADO to the center for 45 pesos from the Tren Maya station. The little combis are 50 pesos, but I just always trust the ADO because I know it's reputable, I know where it's going. Some unmarked Toyota Colectivo, quien sabe. So guys, one last thing before I forget. The max velocity that I noticed on the train was about 140 kilometers an hour, or about 88, 89 miles an hour. They say it goes up to 160, but I've never seen it actually hit that speed or those speeds. But it was going pretty quick a couple times, up toward 138, 140, so pretty fast. Well, look at this, guys. I wanted some hills. I got some hills for sure. Woo! Getting my steps. As always, you're walking into downtown Palenque. I ended up not eating at that taco stand. I think I'm gonna keep hunting, following my nose for something a little better. The pastor didn't look that great. Should probably take off the hoodie because I'm in Palenque, not San Cristobal. Pretty warm. Definitely feels good to be in a brand new place, guys. My first time in Palenque. Stoked. So guys, it is hot. I ended up just taking the closest place to the ADO I could get. It's called Casa Janab. I'll put up on Google Maps where I am, but it's only 700 pesos. You get a private room, your own bathroom. It's quiet. It's off the busy street. That's what I always look for, is something back off the street. Really briefly show you, nice big bed, nice and comfy. Nothing to hate here. We got a fridge. Don't really need it because I'm only staying one night before I get to San Cristobal, but decent TV. Bathroom's good enough. Just about 38, 40 bucks. Nothing too fancy. But I stopped at one other place and they tried to like high season price me, and they're like, oh, it's 1,050 pesos, and I'm like, nah. And I always got to have a desk just so I can set up my laptop, transfer files, etc. Guys, the Wi-Fi, don't expect good Wi-Fi here. It's at like 8 on the download speeds and around 8 on the upload speeds. So Alright guys, I walked all over looking for a spot that was full, that looked like it was going to be good. I went to a couple places that were completely empty. I was like, nope, if I can't smell the food, I'm not going there. So I found this spot deep in the bonus material, guys. Pepper Wings. Chose this spot because it is absolutely full of people. It smells fantastic. And apparently they have a massive burger, which is exactly what I need. So, alright guys, here's what a 145 peso burger looks like in Palenque. Fries look really good actually. Not bad, not bad. Now I will say the patty looks a little thin. That's why I asked ahead of time, you know, how much meat was on the burger. Usually they would answer in weight, like 200 grams, 220 grams. She just kind of was like, her answer was literally like 1 piece of meat. I'm like, okay. Let's get this first bite and see how it is. After those tiny, sandwiches all day, I got a tiny sandwich at the Tren Maya station, tiny sandwich on the train, tiny dry tamal. I can't be disappointed again. I need a good burger. Let's see about this thing. Oh yeah. Oh, it's got good flavor. The meat's not as big as I would like it to be, but it's good flavor for sure. Alright guys, overall solid burger. My lens is it is misty humid here in Palenque in June. You've been warned. But yeah, solid burger there. See you guys in San Cristobal. I need my bed stat.